Hello everyone. In this video we will see gas limit and loops, one of the vulnerability of smart contract. Here are some topics that I will discuss. First topic, what is gas? Ethereum virtual machine provide computing power to the public. Let's take a situation, for instance. If this computing power will be absolutely free for all, what do you think will happen? Then anyone can start misusing this computing power. The person who is running the nodes of this Ethereum virtual machine will be in huge loss because they are using their machinery, electricity to the Ethereum nodes. So to prevent misusing, EVM gas introduced. Just like we use petrol to run a car, if you want to do some processing work in EVM, you have to pay for the amount of gas you have consumed. Let's know more about this. Suppose you want to do a transaction in EVM. Then what you will do? You will use your MetaMask wallet. Using this wallet, you will sign your transaction in Ethereum nodes. Before reaching to the node, there is a security mechanism known as distributed denial service cell. It protects the undesired calls reaching up to the node and it filters only authentic transaction call and send it to the node. And from node, all transaction move to the transaction pool. Miner picks transaction. Miner can pick whatever transaction he wants to record into the blockchain. So from this pool, miner picks the transaction. Every transaction has their own gas price and gas limit. And obviously miner will choose only those transactions which are higher price and lower price will be ignored. Then now miner picks the transaction from the pool and create new block. And once a block is created, he add it in blockchain and transaction ends. So this is the way how EVM works to record transaction. To use this processing power of EVM, we have to pay the price which we tilt as gas price. Now our next topic is how does gas limit affect transaction? Suppose you are going to do a transaction. You don't know exactly how much gas will be consumed. You can estimate it, but normally a caller doesn't know how much gas it will consume. So for protection, you set a limit of maximum gas you want to expend behind the transaction and you send that gas limit with your own choice of gas price. Here is two things. One is gas price and another is gas limit. Suppose I have to purchase 1 liter petrol. I want it at price of rupees 50 and I can take it maximum of rupees 500. Rupees 50 is price and rupees 500 is my maximum limit. In the same way, here you send your transaction by giving two conditions. One is how much gas price you want and how much gas limit you want to expend behind those. Your gas price and gas limit will decide future of your transaction. It will pick from the pool or not. In short, how much ether you are willing to pay for one gas is gas price. Suppose your particular transaction consumed 100 gas and you are paying 2 GOI for each gas. GOI is the smallest unit of ether. Your total cost will 100 into 2 is equal to 200 GOI. Another thing, gas limit In short, we can say it is maximum ether you are willing to pay for your particular transaction. So while sending transaction, we set these two. As we have discussed earlier, how much you have to wait for your transaction to confirm directly depends on the gas price set by you. If you have set 1 GOI and some other person price is 4 GOI, then you have to wait for your transaction time. You can understand this by this graph. How much your transaction will wait, it depends directly on the price applied by you. High gas price, low waiting time, and low gas price takes high waiting time. Gas limit decides how much computing you can use on EVM. If you have lower gas limit, you have very few computation power for that particular transaction. And other side, if you have higher the gas limit, you can have higher computation for that transaction. You can see here. After your transaction included in a block, your account will be refunded. For example, I have a transaction to send. I am going to set gas limit 8,000 and I set the gas price to GOI. I set the transaction with 8,000 gas times 2 GOI is equal to 16,000 GOI. After the transaction process which uses 1500 gas. So cost of transaction is 1500 into 2 GOI is equal to 3000 GOI. And after the transaction, I found 13,000 GOI refund to my account. What can cause out of gas error? You have set particular price of your gas and particular gas limit for your transaction. While doing computation for your transaction, if required consumption cross the limit of your gas, then your transaction will fail. You will get error message. While writing a Solidity code or while writing a code in any language in Ethereum virtual machine, you must have to be very careful to limit the loop. So there will be no unlimited iteration and your transaction should finish within given limit of that. By this example, you can understand this. I send the transaction with 2100 gas to execute this function. After the first iteration, it uses 500 gas and I am left with 1600 gas. And later in second iteration, I left with 1100 gas. After third iteration, I left with 600 gas. After fourth iteration, it uses 500 gas and I am left with 100 gas. And in fifth iteration, it uses all remaining gas to maintain the iteration and function is forcefully stopped. Let us see how a loop or a recursive function call can cause failure of calling of transaction in Ethereum and Tron. Loop must be limited by iterations and recursive call also must be limited by iterations. And calling to other functions also should be carefully checked for iteration or some lengthy code processing. So, there is a limit of gas. After that limit, function call gets fail and entire gas exhaust. To test this, I have deployed two contracts. This is first one and this is second one. In this first contract, there are some functions which test the loop in different ways. Here, iteration of loop depends on given number and here iteration of loop depends on value of storage and here This function calling itself again and again up to given counting number. This function calls another internal function where there is a loop which can cause of its failure. This function makes call to another external contract where loop can cause failure, and this function simply updates the external contract address, and this function simply updates the storage variable. So this is the main contract where we will test the out of gas failure, and this is another supporting contract where call will come to this function, or this may also cause of failure of function calling. So let us see this. This is the first contract. First of all, I am going to read section, checking the value of variable. Last value of variable is 0. Loop limit storage, this is the variable name, it is also 0. And external contract address is also 0. This is address 0. If you convert it to hexadecimal format of address, it will equal to 0 address. So going to the right section, first of all, this is the simple function test loop. Here I am going to put a number, suppose 700. Because of this number 700, loop will iterate up to 700 times. Calling this function, let us see what happens. Okay, up to 700 times this loop worked well. Now calling 1700 times, again calling this function 1700 times. Also it works well. Now calling 17,000 times. As we can see, this calling 17,000 times, this call fails. What does it say? It says simply that while writing Solidity code, we must be careful about limitations of loop iterations. Now, I am setting loop limit variable here for the 1700 first. Let us check that variable value in read section. This is that value. I set it to 1700, and this is another function. Test loop on storage. I will call this function as I have set the value of internal storage 1700. It means 1700 times loop will iterate, and let's see what happens. Yes, function call becomes successful. Now I am going to change this value. This time I am going to set it 17,000, and certainly this time this call will fail. Because Solidity does not allow iteration of such a huge number of times. Let us check the variable value. This time it is 17,000. Now let us call the function. Test loop on storage. Calling this function again. Previous time it was success. Now let us see what happened this time. As you can see, this function gets fail. So now the another test is, if a function is calling itself again and again, then what will happen? as this is the function I'm calling myself. I'm giving an input, suppose 5. 5 will increase 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 and so on as per code written here. We can see here first input plus plus. So number of iteration I am going to set 1000. Let's see what happens. This function will call itself 1000 times. As you can see, function calling itself 1000 times gets failed. Now I am calling only 100 times. As you can see, calling this time function is success. One thing you may notice that in previous call up to 1700 the loop was successfully working, but here even for 1000 time loop gets failed because in this function storage value updatation is used inside this function. As you can see here, we are updating a storage variable from here, and because of this storage updatation more gas is being consumed. That's why it fails in only 1000 times around. So if we are using a recursive call, we must take care about that iteration of calling a function itself. And the another test is calling external contract. So I want to call a function from this contract. So for this I have to update this contract address here. Contract address is updated. Now let us see the storage variable of this contract loop limit. Here it is 0. The function will call is set loop limit and test loop external. This is the same function. You can see here test loop external. It will iterate how many times? It will iterate up to the given storage variable value. So first of all I have to set the value of variable. I am setting it suppose 2500 and sending it. This will simply update the storage variable. Yes. Now let us check the value of this variable should be 2500. Yes, it is. And now I am going to call this function, but not from here, from this contract. The function name is external loop limit. I am calling it. Loop will iterate 2500 times. Let's see what happens. As you can see calling to that function becomes successful, and in init section this last value is 2500 because this is that loop iterated 2500 times. We are updating that variable from here after the loop. Now again I am going to set a bigger number. This time again suppose 16,000. So that loop will iterate up to 16,000. It's true. Now let us check the variable value. If I will call that function, its loop will iterate up to 16,000. And now let's see what happened. I call this function. As you can see, this time call to that function gets failed. So we have seen different kinds of loop limit failures, out of gas error and its possible cause. So everything is clear, I think. In a single line, while writing a solidity contract, we must take care of iteration of loops, recursive calls, limitations, and we must take care and examine the functions of external contract which will call by our contract. Thank you.